Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Miha. But today, instead of food, we're gonna make some drink. Looking at the ingredients we have today, do you know what it is? Take a wild guess. If you're thinking of something coffee related, you are right. Today, I want to show you how to make Vietnamese coffee, also known as cà phê sữa. If you're a coffee lover like me and looking for a different way to make or brew your coffee, keep on watching. So for our recipe today, we need a filter. In Vietnamese, we call it cà phê phin. A glass, a condensed milk, very important, some ground coffee, and last but not least, also some hot water. To have an authentic taste of Vietnamese coffee, I recommend using Trung Nguyên coffee. I put a link down and some photos of how the package look like so you can have a look in your local Asian store. You should be able to find it pretty easily because it's quite common. And in Vietnam, most cafe will use that brand. Let's get into it. Before getting to the first step, let me first get the technicality out of the way by explaining to you what is this, and because this can be quite intimidating when you first look at this. So there are 4 components of Vietnamese coffee filter. The first layer, we call it perforated plate that goes over a cup. The second layer is a brewing chamber that goes on top of the plate. The third layer goes inside the chamber. We call it perforated filter. And this, of course, will go on top to help contain the temperature during the whole brewing process. I like my coffee to be a little bit sweet, but still have the bitter taste. So I usually put about, say, 2.5 teaspoon. Looks about right. And then start putting coffee in. Remember to take off the lid and also the filter before you're putting the coffee ground inside the chamber. I use usually 2 tablespoons. You can add more if you like, depending on how strong you want your coffee to be. It will probably look like that. And then the important step is to activate the coffee ground by putting a little bit of hot water, just enough so that it partially cook the coffee ground and activate that aroma. Then you put this on top. And after that, you continue to pour all the way to here. Then you just put it on top, then you wait. So there are a few techniques that I should stress when making Vietnamese coffee. The first one is that when you first pour hot water into the brewing chamber on top of the coffee ground, you should pour it slowly because you want it to be a slow drip like this, not like running water. The second point I should mention is that when you put the filter on top of the coffee ground, the third filter, you should twist it slightly These steps will help reduce the amount of coffee grinds fall into your glass. The third and last point is that when you pour boiling water on top of the coffee ground for the first time that I mentioned before, you want to pour it so that it's just enough to wet the coffee ground. You don't want to pour too much. That step is called blooming. So you want to barely see the water. It allows the coffee ground evenly saturated with water. Looks like my coffee is ready. Let's see. So before you take this off, remember to check, to lift this up and check if there is still any water that caught on top of the plate. In my case, there's still a little bit, so just slightly shake it so that it's come through. Yeah, okay. This shouldn't take too long. Usually it takes me about 3 minutes to have a cup of coffee ready. And this is so nice. As you can see, there's 2 layers. You don't have to always put condensed milk first. It's just for presentation, and that's usually what you see when you go to a Vietnamese restaurant and order Vietnamese coffee. I'm gonna stir it up and see. This is a nice color. Just how I like it, guys. Is bitter sweet, not too sweet, more bitter. I like it that way. So you can either enjoy a hot Vietnamese coffee or a cold Vietnamese coffee. We call this cà phê sữa nóng, and this one is cà phê sữa đá. Let's split it into half. It's really strong. Wakes me up. It's good. It's pretty late to have this actually. It's 6 o'clock. Let's try this. Let's try this one. If you ask me to pick between whether or not I like hot more or cold more, it will be really hard to say because it's depending on my mood. But at the moment, I feel like I like having a hot one more. But let's just try the ice version and see. It's refreshing. It's nice. Just so that you're wondering what I put around the rims, I'm trying to make it look fancier, like, you know, the cocktail, by putting chocolate cacao powder around the rim. It actually goes really well with this. It just looks funny because it's quite floppy. It doesn't stay and it's melting at the moment. But anyway, it tastes nice. Imagine you could have this every morning. That'd be great, wouldn't it? And that's exactly what I'm gonna tell you to do next. If you're a busy person and you don't have time to make a cup of coffee in the morning before going to work, you can brew a whole bottle beforehand, and in the morning what you need to do is just pour a little bit of this in a cup, heat it up in the microwave for about a minute, and 2 spoons of condensed milk, and that's it. Then you have it on the go. Or you can even put it in your keep cup and you're ready to go. Bring it on public transport or put it in your car when you're driving, just take a sip. That'd be lovely, isn't it? And that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you give this a try, and if you have any question, let me know in the comment section. All of my friends who've tried Vietnamese coffee, they've are in love with it now and they want to have it every day. I hope you like this video and I'll see you in my next video. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye!